I'm the blind bastard! 3, 1, 6. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy. Hey YouTube, it's the blind bastard. Today I'm gonna profile my Exodia deck profile. So before we get into the profile, please like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy. Alright, so first off, we're gonna start off so I want run the Winged Dragon of Ra, Slifer the Sky Dragon, and Obelisk the Tormentor. So this is an Exodia God deck. So Slifer can be summoned to the field by tributing 3 monsters. He gains 1,000 attack for each card in your hand. If your opponent normal or special summons a monster in attack mode, it loses 2,000 attack, and if it does, it's destroyed. Obelisk, you contribute 2 monsters you control to destroy all monsters your opponent controls. And the Winged Dragon of Ra, you can pay life points in increments of 100 until you have 100 left, and then it gains attack equal to the life points that you paid. And then you can also pay 1,000 life points to target 1 monster your opponent controls and destroy it. So Winged Dragon of Ra support card, I'm running 1 Sphere mode. So you contribute 3 monsters on your field or your opponent's field. Special summon it. It cannot be targeted for an attack, and when it switches back to your turn, it shifts back to your field, and you contribute it to special summon 1 Winged Dragon of Ra from your hand or deck, and then 1 Winged Dragon of Ra Immortal Phoenix. So when Winged Dragon of Ra is sent from your field to your graveyard, you can special summon it. It has 4,000 attack and defense. You can pay 1,000 life points to send 1 monster on your opponent's field to the graveyard. Okay. So next, so I run three Ra's Disciple. So that these, when you normal summon 1, you can special summon 2 others from your hand or deck, and they can be used for the tribute of a divine monster. Also easy for your Egyptian God cards. And the last God card I'm running, so this is a card I bought off Amazon. It's 1 Hercathe, the creator god of light. So when you send her to the graveyard, she's the fusion of all Egyptian God cards. So when you special summon her to the field, you automatically win the duel. Okay. Alright, so next, I'm running all 5 pieces of Exodia. When you control all 5 pieces when you have all 5 pieces in your hand, you automatically win the duel. Next, I'm running 2 Exodia Necros. So he can be summoned to the field with Contract of Exodia, which we'll get later too in the spell cards. So he cannot be destroyed by battle or affected by spell or traps. During the standby phase, he gains 500 attack. And also, downside, if you don't have all 5 pieces of Exodia in your graveyard, he's automatically destroyed. So next, 1 Exodia, the Legendary Defender. So you have to tribute 5 monsters you control to special summon him. He gains attack and defense equal to the combined attack and defense of the tributed monsters. And quick effect, if he attacks a Dark Fiend monster on your opponent's field, you automatically win the duel. So that's why I run one Radion, the multi-dimensional kaiju. So I know this is an odd choice, but it's easy to special summon to your opponent's field. It's dark, it's fiend, so Exodia, the legendary defender, attacks it, you just automatically win. Next, I run 3, the legendary Exodia Incarnate. So he's easy to get to the field. You just have to send one Forbidden One monster you control to the graveyard. Special summon him. So he gains 1,000 attack for each Forbidden One monster on your field. At the end phase, though, you do have to add one Forbidden One card from your graveyard to your hand. And then when he's sent from the field to the graveyard, as many Forbidden One cards as you have in your hand, you get to draw one card. Alright, and lastly, one Exodios, the Exodios, the ultimate Forbidden Lord. So he's pretty easy to special summon, so you have to shuffle all cards in your graveyard to your deck to summon him. Once per turn, you can send a card to your graveyard. This card gains 100 attack for each normal monster in your graveyard. And when you have all 5 pieces of the Forbidden One in your graveyard, you automatically win the duel. Alright, and then the last 2 monster cards I have. So Blockman. So he's easy to get tokens on the field. So each standby phase he's on the field, he creates another block token. So easy to get out your Egyptian God cards. And the last monster I run, one copy of the Tricky. So you send one card from your hand to the graveyard, special summon him, and he's also easy. You can tribute him for another card I have in my my spell cards to get tokens on the field to tribute for your Egyptian God cards. Okay, so I run 1, the Breaking Ruin God. So when you play this, you can special summon Obelisk the Tormentor from your hand. And if you tribute 2 cards for an effect, you can, while you control Obelisk on the field, you can banish this card from your graveyard, banish all monsters in your opponent's graveyard, and inflict 500 points of damage to your opponent for each. I run the 2 Contract with Exodia. This is to summon Exodia Necros. 1 Dark Factory of Mass Production. So this can just be used to get 2 cards from your graveyard, add them to your hand. 1 Foolish Burial. This is just for sending a card in your hand to the graveyard. 1 Fist of Fate. So while you control Obelisk, you can use this to destroy all monsters on your opponent's field. And if you have Obelisk on the field, like I said, you can destroy all spell and traps your opponent controls. 1 Messenger of Peace. So this is similar to like a Gravity Bind. So each standby phase you pay 100 life points, and your opponent cannot use level 4 or higher monsters. 1 Monster Reborn, just for reviving monsters from your graveyard. 1 Mystical Space Typhoon. Plain and simple, just get rid of your opponent's back row. 1 Pot of Duality. So you can just draw the top 3 cards on your deck, add 1 card to your hand, and then add them back in any order. 1 Scapegoat. Just summon 4 sheep tokens to protect your life points. 1 Swords of Concealing Light. So for 2 turns, your opponent can't attack you, and all monsters on the field flip face down. Symbols of duty. So you send one card to the graveyard. Special summon one monster in either opponent's graveyard. Equip this card to it. Just when that monster goes to the graveyard, this card goes to the graveyard. 2. Swords of Revealing Light. So all monsters on the field flip face up, and your opponent can attack you for 3 turns. 1. Thunder Force attack. So when you control Slifer the Sky Dragon, destroy all monsters your opponent controls, and you draw 1 card for each monster that was sent to the graveyard. Also, this turn only 1 monster can attack. 1. The True Name. So you can draw the top card of your deck if you call it right. Add 1 divine monster from your deck to your graveyard, or your deck to your hand, I mean. So usually I use this alongside Pot of Duality. That way I know what card is on the top of my deck. 1 Tricky Spell Form. So you tribute the Tricky to summon 4 Tricky tokens. So I use that to summon like one of my Egyptian God cards. 1 Call of the Haunted. So like Monster Reborn, just getting a card from the graveyard or monster back to the field. 1 Defense Draw. Just negate your opponent's attack and draw 1 card. 1 Jar of Avarice. So you shuffle 5 cards from your graveyard back into your deck and then draw 1 card. 3 Obliterate. So this is a continuous trap card. So you can send 1 monster your opponent controls back to their hand by attributing 1 Forbidden 1 card that you control. 1 Soul Energy Max. So if you tribute 2 monsters while you have Obelisk on the field, destroy all monsters your opponent controls, and then inflict 4,000 points of damage. Also, you can banish this card from your graveyard, search your deck, and add to your hand when Obelisk the Tormentor. 1 The Revive Sky God. So you can revive Slifer from your graveyard back to the field for 1 turn. Draw 6 cards, or each person draws 6 cards, so he gains 6,000 attack. And also you can banish this card from your graveyard to add Monster Reborn to the top of your deck. And if you control Slifer, you can draw 1 card. And the last card I run is Torrential Tribute. So simple, just destroy all monsters on the field. And that's the deck. I am the Blind Bastard. If you enjoyed the deck profile, please like and subscribe. Please comment what deck I should profile next. I have Red Eyes, Joey Wheeler, Seto Kaiba, Warrior, Chaos. So the next deck I should profile, please leave a comment, let me know. See you in the next one. Blind Bastard out.